Good afternoon, Leos. Welcome to your December 2023 reading. I have already shuffled your cards, so let's get right into it. Okay. What kind of gods, goddesses, archetypes, and different forms of consciousness and energy and themes will be surrounding the beautiful Leo in the month of December 2023? First card. The moon. The moon talks about mysteries, things happening behind the scenes, our dreams, and needing to bring them down to earth a little bit more. Keeping on persisting and reaching our goals despite the obstacles, which are signified by these towers. Get some more information regarding that. Second card. Seven of Wands. Yes, persistence, perseverance, standing your ground, knowing where you stand on your boundaries. Perhaps psychic attacks, considering what the moon is there. Keep going. And we also have the Four of Wands. So a lot of similar cards here for the fire signs. We have the Four of Wands here. Perhaps something that you've been working on during the November 11/11 portal. We also have some celebration here. Could be a marriage, could be a baby, or just celebrating something in particular. 4 is a number of stability in the foundation. So maybe you're building something of solid ground. We'll have to get some more cards for that. But the result of persistence and bringing your goals out of your dreamy head and into reality and back down to earth is going to fare very positive for you. Now at the bottom of this deck, we have the Queen of Cups. She's very emotional, and this doesn't matter if you're a man either, but this is the energy of the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, she values her emotions and values the things that she holds dear to her heart. She protects them with her life. And as you see, the cup looks more like a trophy. So she cherishes the things that she holds dear to her heart. And she follows her life with her heart. She leads with her heart. Very emotional too. Maybe perhaps as well with the moon card. This might be a little bit of an emotional time for you. Some psychic abilities. Perhaps some more clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentient, telepathy. Phew! Excuse me. Going on right now. Heightened. I'm feeling that. I'm not a Leo though. So we'll keep going. With our other deck, the After Tarot, we have the Eight of Cups with the moon. There's a moon here. It's actually an eclipse. Walking away from things that no longer serve you. We have, with the Seven of Wands, we have the Five of Swords. Losses and gains, perhaps, of some sort. Temporary, though. Theft of ideas. And last but not least, we have the Nine of Wands. A lot of similar cards for all of the fire signs. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Developing your skill, developing your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities. Work. It's about work and building something of quality. So honing in on your skills with regards to your career. perhaps pairing that with the Queen of Cups is making sure that what you're working on, what you do for a living, is in alignment. See how they're in line with your values and your heart, what you hold dear to yourself. Okay. Okay, so we start off with the moon. Like I said, the moon signifies things that can be hidden. Perhaps there might be some, because we go down from a diagonal here, okay, and he's looking up at the moon. Swords signify ideas and information and communication. So perhaps there might be some sort of information, secret information that pertains to you or something that you're dealing with in your life. Perhaps other people, some gossip, okay, going on behind the scenes, either perpetrated by yourself, no shade, or by someone else coming to light, okay? The sun is illuminating the moon, and the moon shines the sun's light down on the earth and makes things being able to be seen during the night. So perhaps there is some sort of defeat or information coming to light. It could be also about, I do see some turbulence here. So we have these guys at the bottom down here fighting with swords and these guys at the top. So you're being called to persevere through a battle of words, perhaps, or there's someone's trying to steal your ideas. Okay, you need to hold your ground. Hold your ground. Keep your boundaries and stick with them and fight for them. Because if you don't, something will be taken away from you. Not quite sure what it is. It's going to be different for everybody. But someone's out to steal some ideas, or there's some sneaky communication stuff going on behind the scenes. So you need to stick your ground. It seems like your reputation might be being shaded upon. I don't use that word a lot at all, actually. I don't use that word, shade, ever. So that's kind of interesting. Now, the Seven of Wands and the Nine of Wands came up for Sagittarius as well together in the reading. Okay, so we look at the moon here and we have the crayfish, right? And there's a path here, and the mountains are your goals and your dreams and your aspirations. And this is where you're walking towards. We are evolving out of the sea of consciousness, and we develop on our path, going through the major arcana towards the mountains. And these pillars here, these are obstacles, okay? Kind of like the never-ending story when the oracle can shine a beam on your heart, depending on how good and pure of a heart you are, to kill you, right? So despite, we need to walk away from things that are no longer serving us. And if there is drama in your world and people are causing drama and you're always having to conflict with them, be it at your job, be it in your personal relationships, personal friendships, know what your boundaries are and when to walk away, because it doesn't seem any sort of loss that you have is going to prove temporary, but you need to start looking, where is that? Looking at what you are, what you do, and what your goals are, and are they in alignment with your values? And if they're not, and if you're having to constantly stand up for yourself in situations, or you're being gaslit about something, perhaps it is time to now walk away. You don't want to be in victim mode. Okay, you need to stand up for your rights. You need to stand up for your dignity. You need to stand up for yourself because no one else is going to do it for you. Interesting reading. Perhaps you might have been the cause of a loss for someone, or someone else was the cause of loss for you, but now there is some sort of conflict going on here. And you're being advised to move on. Focus on those mountains. Focus on those mountains. If you move on and walk away from things that are no longer serving you, drama doesn't serve you, start walking towards those 9 of Cups. The fulfillment and what brings you joy. Focus on your trophy cup like the Queen. And if it doesn't bring you joy, then you're walking away from it. Okay? We also have, so I think if you do that, if you're walking away towards the 9 of Cups, focusing on your immediate environment, we are focusing on our end goal, what we're working towards, not being distracted by people that want to bring us down in drama and people that may be gaslighting us. Okay, and we will be victorious in the end. There will be some celebration. And you might make some new allies in the process. Okay, these two are both wounded. So perhaps you're going through this with someone. This is very specific. I'm sorry, but I don't know if it's going to apply to everybody. But when you have both the 7 of Wands and the 9 of Wands, this is calling you to dig deep down and to push through those obstacles. Utilize your past traumas and your past lessons. So all of these wands here that are behind them, they signify and represent past traumas and past lessons that you need to incorporate and not forget, and use them as your ammunition and as your weapon to defeat this. But do not waste your time on battles that do not serve you into bringing you into a better position at the end. Some battles are not worth fighting. Pick your battles wisely. And don't trust everybody either. You might be making some allies, but you don't. One of my lessons that I've learned through my 40 years, almost 41 years, is that people are not what they seem, and that people are very hard to come by who you can trust. So don't tell everyone your strategy either. Keep things to yourself. Be mindful. Doesn't mean you can't trust people, but don't give people too much credit, because they might not be trustworthy and they might tell people things. This is weird. Move on to something that brings you joy, and don't even acknowledge people that are trying to instigate you or trying to get you to react in a certain way. Don't fall for the trap. It's a trap. This reading is encouraging you to leave any sort of situations like this and focus on things that bring you joy, and then you'll have something to celebrate in the end. That's all I have for you today, Leo. If you're having to stand up for yourself too much, then you're not surrounding yourself with the right people. Okay? Life is tough, and despite learning this many times, I still am too trusting of people. But slowly, we get to learn, huh? Remember, not everyone is like you, Leo. Not everyone is like you. hard lesson to learn. Have a wonderful December. I'll see you soon.